how do we deal with self-doubt? How do we overcome ourselves? I mean, this is what all of life is kind of about, it's about pushing yourself, bettering yourself, always like consistently improving. This seems to be what the whole kind of universe is doing. Even if we look around in nature, there's this sort of self improvement mechanism embedded into the creative aspect of reality itself. So, um, overcoming ourselves, overcoming our obstacles in life is really challenging. How do you do that when you are faced with so many cultural and societal problems, especially when a lot of our self-doubt, a lot of our insecurities, and a lot of our identity is tied in to the environment and the culture that we were born and brought up in. So this is a tough thing to break through. It's a tough boundary to release and to become self empowered. And that's not to say that, like, someday you'll be, or like after watching this video you're gonna be like totally self empowered and not have any self doubt. I'm like such an insecure person and such a uh, I doubt myself a lot, but I have a consistent and real life spiritual practice where I'm constantly trying to push myself and to be in uncomfortable situations that make me become a better person, and that make me overall, what my spiritual practice is being uncomfortable. This is how you overcome self, maybe not how you overcome self-doubt. You'll always have some doubt in yourself, but it's about not letting that voice win. It's going to be there. There's always going to be the critic that's lurking in the depths of your, the voice in your head. But it's about not letting it win. And you can do that by putting yourself in uncomfortable situations, doing things that you wouldn't normally do, forcing yourself to do it. And I mean, like, also another practice is to release the idea like that you need to impress other people. I don't know. You think about anybody, any of the people that you look up to or that I look up to. Let me think. I think of Terrence McKenna, Alan Watts. I think of Alex Gray. I think of Ram Dass. I think of Jack Kerouac. I think of all these people that had inspiring lives. And a common thing that you find in these people is that it's not that they're living some kind of beautiful life that's just full of highs. A lot of these people are really fucked up, and their life was a struggle, but they overcame these struggles by living an extraordinary life nonetheless, not letting those things stop them from chasing their dreams and opportunities and expressing themselves and creating art. I think everyone's life is art and everyone is an artist. So I mean, ultimately it's about expressing ourselves. So self-doubt, I mean, all these people, Alan Watts, all these people I just explained, Terrence McKenna, I think about how many times Terrence McKenna has probably bombed giving a lecture, or any of the comedians that we love. You hear Joe Rogan and all these guys, Duncan Trussell, they all have horror stories, Theo Vaughn, of bombing on stage. But they're the best, some of the best comedians of our generation, Bill Burr, all these guys. And they all have stories of, just absolute, just cringe-worthy, embarrassing, fetal position type of bomb, as far as, doing something that was embarrassing on stage or whatever it is. Whatever the doubt is, that doubt has probably come true in the people that chase their dreams. These doubts are going to come true. You're going to fall. You're going to feel like, oh God, what the fuck am I doing? Just even with my YouTube channel, I feel this so often. I'm just like, man, what the fuck am I doing? I'm just giving all these strangers an open in open form to generalize my life. Like I get comments sometimes that say things like, "Oh, I get, I know he's a dick," or I there's just something weird about him, or I get more nice comments than I do bad comments. But some of these strangers that leave these comments, it's a bizarre thing to do. So basically what I'm saying is that, like, when you're chasing your dreams, when you're trying to express yourself, you're going to come up against weird people and weird situations that are going to amplify your self-doubt. They're going to make you question yourself. But you got to push through it. There is no beautiful words I can say other than you have to push through these things and constantly do whatever it is you want to do. Express yourself the way that you want to express yourself. Especially now. I mean, think of how much of a time of it almost seems like we're in a forest right now. Things are just blossoming everywhere with LGBTQ stuff happening and Black Lives Matter happening, and all of these movements of expression are happening. Whether you agree with them or you don't agree with them, that's not the point. The point is that people are expressing themselves in the face of doubt, in the face of a culture that has suppressed and told you that it's this is who you are, this is how you're supposed to be, and if you here are the limitations, and here are the archetypes available in this culture. Pick one of them and buy our products. They don't want you being an individual. They want you to follow the crowd, because that's how this thing goes, and that's how this thing works. So we're bred to have this self-doubt within us already, from birth, especially here in America, and these super overlistically consumeristic places. So I guess I don't know. I don't really know what my advice is. Ultimately, this life really is this is your only life that you get to be you. This is the only time. Welcome, here you are on planet Earth, coming on as whoever you are. There's all these arrangement of atoms came together, and they somehow woke up, and they're calling themselves whatever you call yourself. That's a crazy experience. It's a strange experience, and it makes sense that we have self-doubt. But at the same time, in the face of the infinite in which we are a part of, what is there to doubt? We are a part of something grand. We are grand. So self-doubt is a thought. You have nothing to doubt, because here you are in existence. Does existence doubt itself? It is. By its happening, a miracle and insane and beautiful and not doubt worthy. You are a part of that. You know what I'm saying? It's not like there's this grand universe and this beautiful earth and these trees and animals, and then it's you. You are included in all of that, the stars and everything, the Milky Way. This is all an extension of you, and these things are not doubt worthy, and you are ultimately not doubt worthy. The only thing that makes us feel this about ourselves, these doubts, is the way we were raised. It's the limitations, the illusions, the story, the narrative that we tell ourselves. It's the mantra that we are repeating. So if we can switch the mantra, switch the narrative in which we are self-identifying with, we can literally do anything. I mean, that's what these people are saying that have accomplished great things. You can do it. You can do it. You can do it. I get this question all the time. How do I travel the world? Like how do I do it? I can't answer that question for you, because it's a circumstantial question. I grew up in Detroit. My family's poor. I remember, like, growing up, we used to put the oven on to get heat in the wintertime. So it's not like I didn't have different things to overcome in my own life. You just figure it out. There's no other option for me. There's no other option. I've said that in high school. I made that decision. I was like, I'm going to live the life that I want to live. I don't even know what that is. I still don't even know what life I want to live. And every day I make that decision, one day at a time. But I'm going to do it on my terms. And when you make that decision, nothing can stop you. Nothing can stop you, especially if you have the opportunity of living in America or living in a country like America. If you have the internet, there's tons of opportunities and ways to make money. You can develop skills very easily with YouTube, or there are outlets available, and don't doubt yourself. Make it your spiritual practice every day to remember that you are grand, and that all the self-doubt, make this your practice. Here's your practice. This self-doubt is like a spell being casted on you to steal your energy. The culture, we're slaves of this culture. All of us are, despite what race you are or what gender you are. If you are living in America or living in some countries in Europe, or, honestly, most governments, we are a slave to corporations, to this system. And they are extracting our energy, extracting our life force by dictating who we think we are. We're raised a certain way, and they say this is who you are. And we all feel conflicted because we know it's not who we are inside. So make it your practice to know that there are people that benefit from your confusion and your lack of self-awareness. So all you have to do is work towards what you want to do. You're going to work hard in life anyway. So work towards what you want to accomplish through your own terms. And I don't know how you can do that. That's for you to figure out. That's your work, is to figure that out. Start an online business. There's figure it out. But make it your practice to remember that any self-doubt you have was inflicted on you by someone that's trying to exploit you. It's not who you are. It's not who you are. Dig inward. Go inside. Think about it. Who am I? I'm this condensation of stardust being temporarily realized. What is there to doubt? So, I got this question because I posted on YouTube in the community little tab. I said, hey, does anyone have any questions they want me to answer on YouTube? This was one of the questions I got. And it's a simple question, and it's one I've always gotten. And it always felt so kind of simple that I never really wanted to answer it. It's like how self-doubt, how do you overcome self-doubt? It seems like a generic YouTube question, but it's actually a very deep question. I mean, what is the self? We could talk about that for days. What is doubt? It's actually very deep, and I appreciate the question. And I reflected on it a little bit. I feel self-doubt within myself. I definitely feel it. And there are times that it wins, but you just come back. It's like meditation. You just come back to the breath. When the thoughts come, you just let them come. And if they take you over, oh no, let them take you over. And they're like, oh yeah, the breath. You just return to it and you win. You ultimately win you might lose the battle, but you win the war. So anyways, my name is Dakota. Thank you for watching my YouTube channel. Click subscribe if you like this video. And you can follow me on Instagram, Dakota Wint. Patreon, I would appreciate if you went to my Patreon, patreon.com/DakotaWint. And I'll catch you guys next video. Peace.